Potts comes in to bowl, and Yates has clipped that away for 4 to backward point.
Well, that is that short boundary that I was talking about. So when you've got runs in, rumbles in, that big strong figure, it's full first up, sticks out a foot as the ball is driven straight past him, but doesn't get it to it, and it's going to be a boundary first up.
And that's edged and just beats the gully from Davies. I say edged, he might argue he opened the face of the bat, and he's run it down to 3rd for 4. It was certainly all along the ground anyway by the time it just got between.
Excited to see what he does. He is around the wicket and driven firmly, beautifully by Yates. That's 4 runs, so both Boland's opening overs, the first ball has gone for 4. As Boland is in a shorter ball, and that is just cracked away through the covers. 4 runs. A short boundary makes that all the easier for Yates. And he's in. It's shorter. That's pulled away, and there's a lot of vacant territory out on that leg side, and it goes over the deep square boundary for another 4 runs. In comes Boland. And that one is just creamed over the top of the fielder at point.
One-day games in rugby in the One-Day Cup, and that's short and it's pulled by Davies. That could be all the way, is it? Just waiting for the umpire signal, and there it is.
Here's Boland over the wicket, and that's just a really wristy slap behind point from Davies. Gets 4 runs. Boland is in, and that's just a heave across the line. Shorter ball, punished. 4 more runs to Davies, who's zipping along now. Results from that. In comes Carson, and that is slammed beautifully. On drive, quite straight. Is it going to get all the way? And yes, it is. There was a good attempt. Yates waits. In comes Carson, and that is slapped through the covers. Another 4, it's the long boundary, it doesn't matter. 4 runs. Yates on strike, and again slaps that one past the fielder at point, and it's back-to-back boundaries.
Right arm over, and that's chopped away by Davies to the long boundary, the backward point for 4. He's looking in good form at the moment.
Push on and turn these into big scores.
That's carved away by Davies again. Same place, just a backward point, and it's a slow outfield, but the ball will still make it. The rope hasn't been put all the way back to the stand, because that would be silly.
Bowles. Yates is cutting this one away through the gap between 3rd slip and gully, and it's racing away to the deep backward point boundary and crosses the ropes. 3rd over. He's in. Bowles. This is clipped away beautifully by Davies. Wonderful timing. Hit away the gap between mid-wicket and crosses the ropes and mid-on.
Almost behind the last slip. It's a bit of a gap between 2nd and 3rd slip. And Davies has pushed that through mid-wicket, and that's going to, well, that's a ridiculously short boundary. That's a little dab shot for 4, and it's brought up the century partnership.
Run away through the gully down to the 3rd man boundary by Davies. Open the face of the bat and run it away.
Potts bowls, that's cut through the covers nicely, just slightly short of a length, and that's going to just make its way over the rope in front of the Holly stand for 4. Potts in again. A bit more of a yelp from him that time, and that was over pitched around about off stump, and it's driven up towards long off. And it's gone for 4, and that is Yates joining Davies with his 50 from 58 balls.
He's in very close to the stumps and played late and delicately. That's a nice shot. Runs all the way down to the deep 3rd boundary. So 4 more runs coming to Davies. Last ball from Boland, and that is just delicately dabbed down to the deep 3rd boundary by Davies.
There we go, got it right.
Potts bowls driven, and that's gone away through that short boundary for 4 on the offside from Yates.
Yeah, in comes, well, that's short, and it's pulled by Yates. Short and quite slow, and Yates says thank you very much and pulls that to backward point for 4.
in comes Rain once more, and a very wristy shot behind point by Davies. As Rain is in, it's a full ball, clipped nicely through mid-wicket, all the way to the boundary for another 4 runs for Yates this time. That finishes Rain's over.
Most popular, which disappear quickest. That's driven by Davies, and that's going to go through the offside for 4, I think. Is the ball going to get there? It is. And Alex Davies has his 3rd century for Warwickshire, his first as captain. He gets a hug from Rob Yates. Has come off just 102 balls, and it's been a really in-command innings from Davies. He did survive one sharp chance.
Davies waits and drives at. This time he gets it past the bowler, and it's travelling quickly. It's a short boundary. It's going to go all the way. But Rain is in again. It's full and it's driven. Just had enough width. Slightly over-pitched, and that is yet another boundary for Yates.
The next one is a swept shot by Yates. And that's going to go to backwards square for 4. It's always a bit unnerving when you listen to an Ashes match.
Left arm over to Yates, who's pulled that out in towards the deep on the leg side. Can't even see where that's gone. Where is it?
It was like a 9-iron into the green.
And there is a big drive down the ground towards the city end, and that is 6, and he's got to his 100, so that's the 2nd time he's got 100 against Durham, and he is now on 102, which was the score he made the last time against them in a draw year.
Cast bowls, and this is driven away beautifully through extra cover. Magnificent shot, crosses the boundary now, and that long boundary has been peppered all day. 233 per none.
Parkinson from the city end bowls to Yates. Yates goes back into his crease and cuts hard at that late, and it's shot away through the covers to the short boundary.
Casts in and bowls, and this is picked up beautifully off his legs by Yates, flicked away over the boundary at backward square leg for 6. This cast is in again, and this is pulled away again by Yates over the mid-wicket boundary this time for a 2nd consecutive 6. Lovely pull, just dropped it short. This side blow.
Whoa.
This one is driven down the ground. Lovely shot, lovely timing, and that's racing away down to the long on boundary for 4 more. So Yates really going to town. He's raced on.
Certainly a lot of experience there. Ackerman bowls flat, and it's full, and he's got all of this as Yates. That has been tonked, and it's 6 runs.
Surrey in 2000.
Ackerman to Yates. He's down on one knee, and he's launched that one again. That one's gone even further into the stands. And he's bowled a couple in the slot as well.
Oh.
And that one's in the air. This could be out. Fielder settling under it, and it's taken. So Yates doesn't get to his double century.
Parkinson round the wicket, and that's played to square leg for a single, and that's 150 for Alex Davies, 2nd Warwickshire batter to reach that landmark in this game.
He's in again over the wicket, and he's down on one knee. Gets a lovely piece of that, does Davies, and that goes all the way for 6. So breaks the shackles. They've been inching towards the 400.
The close, 2 more maybe to get a point. That's turned around by Davies, and that is his 200. Alex Davies completes the 1st double century of his career, turning the ball around to square leg.
Parkinson bowls. This is played by Rhodes up to mid-on for his 50. Coming in a fairly sedate 88 balls, I think.
Yeah.
Davies has gone after that. That's going into the city centre, I think. Where's that landed?
It's a 6 at any rate.
It's a 6. I didn't see where it came down.
No. In comes Cast to bowl, and that's played to back a square leg for a single, and brings the day to an end. Warwickshire finish it on 490 for 1. Will Rose with almost unnoticed but very efficient 60 not out.